again. Uh, these are all way forward. These are very aggressive way forwards which we have initiated in this. Mind you, these are all 3-4 years efforts uh, uh, which are showing gains for all of us. The 8th, of course, we are, 3 days back I got the opportunity to interact with the Uttar Pradesh government, and they are working on AI, another a big initiative in our land governance systems. The last I want to make a mention of is the Bhumi Samman, and which consciously we wanted to push it, and in a short span of 1 year, we were able to make it happen. And all of us know that 67 districts of the country could saturate the components of computerization and digitization of land records, and were conferred with the Bhumi Samman by the Honorable President of India. And now I hear that the number which was 67 has now risen to 157. So we are moving very aggressively in this, and the idea is that once we saturate the district, I mean, we feel confident that we have the task has been accomplished as far as what the core components are concerned: computerization, digitization, integrating the RORs with the cadastral maps, etc., etc. These are the core components, and very essential, because till and until we do this, we cannot actually talk of any other subsequent initiative, whether it is Mathrubhumi or blockchain, etc. So this is the core template which we need to achieve by way of Bhumi Samman, which is saturation of the computerization and digitization processes. To conclude, I would just say that I feel this is my very, I think it's my way of seeing things. We are moving in the right direction, and I think we are strategically timing ourselves also very well, and things are happening at the right time, at the right place. And as Siddharth has mentioned, we are moving in the right direction for a big modernization, a modernized, transformed and reformed economy and the country. I think that is how one can put it. And this is the way forward. This is the way forward for Naya Bharat. Thank you. Any initiative, any work on land management impacts various, and should I say, almost all sectors of governance. All sectors of governance, irrespective. And therefore, it actually means that whatever we do in land management actually gives us a foothold and a way forward for any scheme in governance. Be it the food sector, whether be it the infrastructure sector, the social sector, all sectors are impacted by what all of us are doing. There's a very famous book called The Mystery of Capital. It's by a Peruvian author, Hernando Soto. And it says that if we are to actually work on capital formation, and if we are to work in order to allow the economy to grow, then it is very essential that the public systems like land management systems need to be developed and developed in such a manner that it is accessible to the citizens. So that is the capital formation part will only come through these systems. And one of the biggest public systems which we have in our country as well as other countries is the land management systems. So it is very important for all of us to take care of what these systems actually ought to do and ought to deliver. In the recent past, what we have seen is that we have allowed and we have actually pushed technology in a big manner in land management systems. And that's very essential. What was in the past, which was more, when we talk of the revenue administration, we used to realize that whatever was offered by the revenue office was what the citizens would get. But now technology has taken over, and we have consciously pushed technology in the center as well as what you all are doing in the states. And to my mind, that is making a sea change in the way things are happening in the governance in the various sectors in the country. And it's a very, very, very welcome change. As far as DoLR is concerned, the center is concerned, which is what we are working on, I think we have moved on, and there is a sea change in what we had been seeing of land management. We have moved from computerization and digitization of record of rights, which is almost 95% in the country. Another 5% to go, largely because of the northeastern states where things have not moved to our expectation. But I think with the recent efforts in the northeast, what we did in the last 4-5 months, things are going to change in the northeast, because we had intensive deliberations with the northeastern states in the last five months, and even to that extent of having a dialogue with the uh, 10 autonomous hill councils in the northeast, where things actually had not moved. If we are able to do our bit in these areas, I think with this 5%, the gap of 5% will also be overcome. As far as cadastral maps are concerned, again, we have been able to do 76% across the country. The computerization of registration, again, 95% across the country. So there's a big push which has happened in the land management systems in the country. There are few initiatives which we had focused on in the last 3-4 years. I just want to make a mention of these because we get it registers with us. As far as registration is concerned, we have moved on to a platform called the NGDRS, which all of you are aware of. And it's just a 4 crore, a software application of 4 crores, and look at the volume of transactions which we have been able to generate in the NGDRS. 45,000 crores across the states. And the big thing about NGDRS is that it's a national platform, and that is the way forward. We have to integrate the countries. The systems have to talk to each other. The systems have to be in sync with each other so that the larger benefit, the benefits of scales and